Okay, for today's Calculus 1 problem of the day, we're going to find the limit as x goes to infinity of this ugly looking function up here. Now, as always, if we're trying to find a limit, the first thing we might want to do is plug x equals infinity into this function. Okay, so infinity isn't actually a number, but in our heads we could imagine that if we do plug infinity into this function, the numerator is just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, the denominator is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. That is an indeterminate form, infinity over infinity. So what that means for now for us is we need to do some algebra. I will drop the limit for a minute and bring it back in the end, but it's important to notice that the degree of the numerator is 3, and the degree of the denominator is also 3. They have the same degree. So a trick that's going to work for us pretty frequently is we're going to divide the numerator by x cubed and also divide the denominator by x cubed. If we distribute that 1 over x cubed to the numerator, for the first term we're just going to be left with a 4 because our x cubed and our 1 over x cubed cancel. For our second term we're going to be left with a 2 over x cubed. That's what our numerator turns into when we do that multiplication. For the denominator, this x cubed times this 1 over x cubed just leaves us with a 1. We still have this plus here. Then multiplying this 1 over x cubed by this last term gives us this, and we're going to have to do a little bit of work to simplify that. The problem with combining these two things as it is that this term here is under a root and this term is not under a root. But we can fix that. I'm going to copy everything down, except in the denominator, instead of writing x cubed, I'm going to rewrite that as the square root of x to the 6th. Now, as a side note, there is a little technicality here. X cubed and the square root of x to the 6th are only the same thing when x is positive. However, we know that x is positive because x is going to infinity in this problem. Okay, so let's continue to simplify. Now that both of these terms here are under a radical, we can divide them. 4x to the 6th divided by x to the 6th just leaves us with a 4, and 2 divided by x to the 6th just leaves us with 2 divided by x to the 6th. Okay, now let's bring those limits back. Now if we take the limit as x goes to infinity, this term goes to 0 because the denominator gets really, really big. It goes to infinity. This term also goes to 0 because, again, it has an x in the denominator. What that leaves us with is a 4 on top, a 1 on the bottom, plus a square root of 4 on the bottom. The other two terms went to 0. Now we can simplify. The square root of 4 is 2. That leaves us with a 4 on top and a 3 on the bottom, and our answer is 4/3. Okay, I hope that problem helps you out. I'll see you again tomorrow in our calculus problem of the day.